Hello, this is Dr. Janet Hall and I'm a clinical psychologist, hypnotherapist, author, and particularly of this book, which is called Sex Life Solutions, and 17, maybe even 19 now actually, MP3s designed for you to be able to listen in the privacy of your own house or even your own car, as just so long as you're not using the hypnotherapy ones, so that you can build a sensational sex life as you deserve. And what I wanted to talk to you today is something that's in this book about the sexual stereotypes which tend to run a lot of people. It's almost like you've been brainwashed. For instance, one of the most common one is that men and women have simultaneous orgasms. And you know, the reality of that is so far from that it's just not funny. So I'll go over them and see if you buy into any of these. So the meaning of sex versus the meaning of love. So for men, sex tends to be all bundled up together with love and orgasm. Whereas for women, sex is for connecting on an intimate and loving way, and that only bad girls are lusty. For men, the greatest fears about sex are about being rejected or being called a dud or being a failure. The number of guys that I see who are riddled with embarrassment and feeling just really incompetent because of PE, premature ejaculation, or ED, erectile dysfunction, or delayed or even inability to have an ejaculation altogether, and they hate it. Whereas with women, the greatest fear about sex is that there will be no romance with it, or I won't do it for him. I can't turn him on. I'm not attractive. I'm not desirable. The stereotype for men around timing is that any time is a good time and that quickies are fantastic. Whereas for women, we're very fussy about the right time. You know, we like to have had a shower, usually. And we usually like something a little bit longer than a quickie, and we like foreplay. For a man, the stereotype is any place is good for sex, and for the woman, I want to pick my place. I want to make sure I'm comfortable, and you know, I don't really feel comfortable doing it in the car at the drive-in. Self-image, most men think that they look pretty good, whereas most women think that they've got some problem spot, whether it's their tummy or their breasts or their bottom. The age of the best time for libido for a man is usually about 20 years old, whereas for women we're not in our prime till maybe mid-30s. Men tend to want to go fast and women like to go slow in sex. Men often don't enjoy kissing once they've caught their girl, whereas women always love to be kissed, and to be kissed sweetly as well as passionately. Another one that's really important is foreplay. Men often just go straight for the boobs crutch and get it in because foreplay for them can be a bit of a chore, but women like the foreplay. And women also like the afterplay, whereas most men, yeah, come on, fess up, go to sleep. Interest in sexual positions. Most men are curious to try just about anyone you can come up with, but women tend to like the positions that make them still feel ladylike and also perhaps keep their dignity. Fantasies. Well, that's another whole video, but it's important that you share your fantasy tactfully, and don't make out that your girl doesn't do it for you as much as Angelina would. So the best turn on for men tends to be visuals, but the best turn on for women is to tell her that she's beautiful and that you love her. So that's about enough for today. That's a huge amount of issues where men and women are basically stereotyped as being quite opposite, and I believe that that's not true, and I believe that there's a lot of room for discussion and negotiation and working out what's right for you. And so that's why I recommend that you read my book and get my MP3s and make the study of your sex life something that's a pleasure, not a chore, and that the rewards come to you in a sensational sex life. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.